All right, we got Spurs versus Heat traveling back down to South Beach. Feels like 2013, 2014 all over again. And then we got Skip Bayless talking trash about Coach Pop. That's pretty un 2013, 2014. Fairweather Skip. Whatever. He's a troll. This is how he makes his money. He's got me talking about him. He's probably got you talking about him. But let's break that down and let's talk Spurs versus Heat. Let's go. All right, let's get this out of the way first. Skip Bayless tweeted Friday morning, "I'm starting to think DeMar DeRozan has taken the MVP lead." I agree. I'm also wondering why the San Antonio Spurs coach, why aren't you saying his name, failed to unlock this kind of performance in either of the previous two seasons. All right, so yeah, I know Skip has some issues with Coach Pop, and he has gripes about how the way Pop handles media. But, I mean, if you're someone in the know about Pop, you know Pop's a great guy. He treats everybody great behind the scenes. He really cares about people. Just shows that Skip Bayless is not in the know in that regard. But to not even say his name after you were riding the Spurs' coattails in 2013, 2014, pretty disrespectful. And then to knock DeRozan's performance the last 2 years, I mean, he was on a rebuilding team, and DeRozan played well. He had career-high assists last year. He scored at his career clip, and he had a bunch of game winners in clutch moments. I mean, DeMar was good with the Spurs. This Chicago team's a few years later into their development, and they're more ready to contend. And he's allowed to have a career year. I mean, every player is going to have their best year. And DeMar is having his best year. It's not a knock against the Spurs that's the case. And DeMar's even on record as saying he credits Pop with development as a person. He'll admit Pop played a role in where he is now. So, yeah, this is just an uninformed take from Skip, but this is what Skip does. Look at the likes, and they're going up and up and up. When I looked a minute ago, it was at 5,000. So this is what Skip does. He's a professional troll, and he's good at what he does. So that's Skip. Let's not get hung up about it. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. So back to actual Spurs basketball. Skip was right in that DeMar could be an MVP leader right now because the Bulls are first in the East, and that is news to me. Miami is one game behind them, so the Spurs are dealing with a top 2 seed tonight. Miami's good. They're really good. They have a conference championship level team. I don't think they're necessarily championship level, although they could surprise us. I think they're good enough to maybe win the East, but I don't know if they'll be beating the Suns or even Golden State. But anyway, the Heat are good. They have a lot of really good players. Last time the Spurs played them, they blew us out. But we didn't have DeJounte or Jakob or Doug. Their shooters went off against the Spurs last game. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, they both shot really well. They don't always shoot really well, especially Duncan Robinson, who should be a Spur with that name. He shot 50% from 3, and you don't expect that every time he takes the court. So, yeah, you got to watch out for that. Butler, Lowry, they're going to play their good games. I think this last game they played was Lowry's first game back after an extended injury absence, but Butler's going to do his thing. Lowry's going to do his thing. Bam Adebayo, he's going to have his hands full with Jakob, but Bam's aggressive on the boards. Bam's going to do some stuff. I say the biggest key to this game is to limit Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and their shooters off the bench. I think that when you have a star like Jimmy Butler, who's just a solid, foundational, steady piece, he's going to somewhat get his own. Same thing goes for Kyle Lowry. Although I think the Spurs have a chance to limit Kyle Lowry with DeJounte. But you're not going to eliminate him completely. Jimmy Butler and Lowry will get theirs. I think the key is stopping the shooters. Miami's been really good. Here's their schedule. I mean, before the break, they beat Charlotte, lost to Dallas, but then they were on a 5-game winning streak. So, I mean, they had Adebayo out for several games this year. He's back. He's tearing it up. Jimmy Butler's in and out of games, but he's back. He's tearing it up. We'll see what happens. Their injuries, Markieff Morris, since the push by Jokic, has been out. That was one of the best moments of the NBA meme season, where the Jokic brothers made a Twitter account that night just to threaten the Morris twins. just hilarious pettiness. Victor Oladipo, he hasn't even played for them yet. I don't know if he exists anymore. Yep, like I said, Jimmy Butler's their leading player. He's their leading scorer. Bam, Tyler Hero's a scorer. And Kyle Lowry's steady. But they do have really solid role players. Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, PJ Tucker, Dwayne Dedmon, all solid rotational pieces that could give the Spurs trouble. But I say you take care of the shooters, you give yourself the best chance to win. Other games around the league that are of importance to the Spurs on Saturday. I think there's only one, and there is. Kings at Nuggets. You're going for Jokic. You're going for the Nuggets. Nuggets are kind of distancing themselves from the Spurs. So when they play a team that's even around the Spurs, you're going for the Nuggets. Kings are just behind the Spurs in the standings. They're clearly trying to make a push with the moves they made, going for a player a couple years farther in development in Sabonis over Halliburton. Questionable. But yeah, that's the game you're going to want to watch. Keep an eye on that. Go Nuggets. Get the Kings the hell out of there. Besides that, that's all I got. Like I said, look out for those shooters. If the Spurs can mute those shooters, get them out of rhythm, keep them off the line, I think they get a great chance to compete in this game. If not, this is going to be a tough game for the Spurs to win because, like I said, their vets will get theirs. But limit the shooters. Give yourself a chance. Keldon's not to be big against Jimmy. DeJounte's not to be big against Kyle. But everyone else is going to have to be really, really minding their P's and Q's against their shooters running around. So with that, I'll see you on the next one. Go Spurs, go.